back into the historic docks. On your right, you'll get some good views of ancient Victoria. The first of our British ironclad warships, 9,210 tons. 380 foot, 1158 foot across. The mast you see on the Warrior, is 200 foot in. Sit tight. We'll be alongside for a little while. Back underway very shortly to continue with your harbour tour. £100 million each. Helicopters, air carry Chinooks, Apaches, Merlins and Wildcats. Depends on what they're sent out to sea to do, will depend on what aircraft. As we round the corner, the quayway ahead on your right, you'll probably see some of the black gates on the yellow handrails running along the tops. These gates act as corridors that lead into number 3 basin directly behind, which is a 60-acre pond dug out by hand by prisoners of war back in the 1860s and 1870s. They can also use these corridors as dry docks if required. Next ship on your right, P283, which is HMS Mersey. She's one of our Batch 1 River Class patrol vessels. We've got 3 of these, the Mersey, the 7 and the Tyne. 1,700 tonnes, 90 metres in length. Speeds well over 20 knots. Crew of 48 on board. Now, just in front of the bridge windows, covered up, you'll see the 20mm gun there. On top of that, they've got mini machine guns and handheld machine guns on board as well. Behind her, along the quay wall, you'll see D35, which is HMS Dragon, one of our Type 45 destroyers. 6 of these built at a cost of £1 billion each. 7,350 tonnes, 152 metres in length, 21 metres across. Tops range of 1,500 metres. Any incoming targets, such as missiles or planes, it will automatically lock onto the closest. It will fire, continue firing till that target's been destroyed. Automatically move on to the next. You'll also notice the sides on these destroyers are angled out at the bottom, angled at the top. Now, as part of the stealth technology on the radar screen, these vessels show up no bigger than the average size fishing boat. So as we round the second corner into what's known as Fountain Lake, looking across the quay wall, you'll see D36 come into view, which is HMS Defender, another Type 45. You can see a bit scruffy. She's undergoing a Dutch in 1797. So Admiral Duncan, he died in the year 1804. Now, tide is a little bit low at the moment, but if you're on the top deck here, as you pass the stern of HMS Duncan, looking across the quayway on your right, you might get some views of number 3 basin. This is the basin that was dug out by hand. And on your right, up in the corner here, we do have the Wave Knight. It belongs to the Royal Fleet Auxiliary. The vessel's actually owned by the Royal Navy, run by merchant seamen. So that's the end of the Royal Naval dockyard on your right. We're just about to do our turn. As we do so, ahead of us, soon to be on your right, is the commercial port. Those 2 quayways ahead of us, they mainly deal with fruit. Fruit from all around the world. Arrives here. Geese they import alongside. You'll see the Sant Malo there. She's brand new. She's just come from the maker. She's not yet started her service, but when she does, she'll be running a service from Portsmouth to Sant Malo. Next door to her, the Wit Champion. She's one of the Whittaker bunker barges. Come down from the ferry. She's the next day home. She'll be going about 1500, 3 o'clock today. And when she goes, she's off to Car. Bristol Ferries actually started up by a consortium of French farmers who are so irate at the cost of exporting their goods to Britain. 60,000 vehicles. One of the rowing boats known as wherries. The wherrymen of Gosport and Portsmouth used to row across the harbour in those days.
Yeah, that's what we're going back to, isn't it? Almost back now. Yeah, so like we get the train sometimes to there, and we get the ferry over.
Closed in 1994, that's when they turned the power of diesel submarines to nuclear. As you can see, we are a very built up area, we're actually a nuclear free port. That's when they sent the submarines up the Faz Lane down to Devon. You see the Victoria White in there, it's a 45-minute crossing over to Fishport on the island. So ladies and gents, we'll shortly be arriving at Gunwharf Quays, home to over 90 outlet shops, over 30 bars and restaurants. For those enjoyed the Gunwharf, that concludes your tour with us today. Do hope you've enjoyed your time on board, and if you have, and of course if you wish to, thank you bucket will be available to leave the boat and wish to show your appreciation to the crew. We'd like to thank you very much for coming with us today, and we do hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at Gunwharf Quays.